Yo, what's up, guys? And today we're going to be reviewing the formula of success that I've used to reach success in areas of my life and others have used to reach areas of success in their lives. Now, this is a three-part formula that's going to start with opportunity, knowledge, and finally action. We're going to go through all three steps, and hopefully by the end of this video you'll have sort of a blueprint to take action and do anything you want to do successfully. In order for you to be successful in anything, you obviously have to have something that you want to be successful with and the opportunity to do it. So here in America, there's so many opportunities for us and they're all around us. So for you to say that you don't have the opportunity to do something that you want is total ignorance and just stupidity, because here, especially in New York City, where business is booming everywhere and just it's a hub for money, how could you not have opportunities? Now, this can be applicable to sports, the opportunity to join your high school sports team, or it could be applicable to just exercise, the opportunity to get into a gym and get a membership. You have to start with the opportunity. So what the opportunity is, like I said, is the opportunity to do something, the ability to do something, and the ideas you have to do something. So if you have a business idea, that's the opportunity to then go ahead and start that business, unless you're too young, of course, but there's other routes for that. But it all starts with the opportunity. So the second part of this formula is probably one of the most important parts. Yet the third step is by far the most important part, however, but it's knowledge, the knowledge of how to do whatever you're trying to do. So for example, if you want to go exercise, you need to become knowledgeable about nutrition and knowledgeable about how to have proper form and what exercises to do that are the most effective. Knowledge in terms of if you want to go into a certain career path, if you want to become a lawyer, obviously you need a lot of knowledge to do that. To become a doctor, businessman, anything, you need to have knowledge to be able to be competitive in that field. And the more knowledgeable you are, the more things you can do, and therefore be more marketable. So somebody who knows a lot more, like a surgeon, would make more than somebody who knows a lot less, like a pediatrician, for example. Right? That surgeon has a lot more knowledge in that field, and therefore he gets paid more for those more rigorous and challenging things that he does, right? And so be able to identify what you need to be knowledgeable in. And what I mean by this is that oftentimes people get very arrogant. And so let's say they're running a business, right? And when new things are coming up, things are constantly changing, right? And so that demands for you to become more knowledgeable by the day. And so that's why I say you should always be a student. And when you're not being the student, that's when arrogance kicks in. That's when you start to reject incoming knowledge, and then that's when you start to lag. So for example, when it comes to exercise, I know a lot of you guys have that as your goals, to lose weight or build muscle, whatever it may be. When you receive tips, sometimes people give tips in the gym or tips from one of your friends. You might want to reject it, because it might feel like you want to reject it because you think that you know more than them. But in reality, maybe you don't. Maybe that tip is valuable, but then you don't use it, and then you don't get as much of an effective workout. Or if you're practicing for a sport and somebody gives you a piece of advice and you think that you know more than them, or that what you know is better than what they're telling you, or what they're telling you is invaluable, which may be the case, but also at the same time, maybe what they're telling you is what you need to hear, and that arrogance is what keeps that knowledge away. And so finally, be able to identify what you need to be knowledgeable in. And when I say that, it's when you have a certain field, when it comes to career, not only need to have the knowledge to get into that field. So to be, for example, marketing, you need to be able to market a product, but also around marketing, one of the major things is being able to sell, being able to sell to clients, being able to sell to businesses, and knowing just the whole topic of sales when it comes to selling for that business and also selling to that business. So that's just an example which can be applied universally to whatever may fit your needs and your desires. Now, knowledge, this second step is so important, because without it, you can't move on to the third step. This step often gets people to hold back because they don't want to go out and get that knowledge. You can get knowledge from books, online courses. Big popular one is college, podcasts, and anything else you can find. Mentors, friends, people with experience is very important. Don't take advice from people who don't have experience in that field. That's a good piece of advice. But once you have that knowledge, then you can move on to step 3. This is truly the most important part of the whole three-step process, because once you've identified the opportunity and then once you obtain the knowledge, if you don't take the action, then it was all for nothing. So actually going out and doing whatever it is that you want to do. Oftentimes, this is where people get caught up. This is where people lag. This is truly where people stall themselves from getting to where they want to go because they don't want to take action. The reasons for that may be, one of the huge ones is fear. Fear is one of the biggest contributors to the lower and middle class to not getting to that higher point because of fear of what may happen, fear of what might not happen, fear of what will happen, and fear of what comes, like that, things that will have to happen, things that they will have to do, things that they have to face, things they have to experience to get to where they want to go. So they just decide to not take this last step, and then that's what completely holds them back from where they want to go. So once you're able to let go of that fear, let go of your limiting beliefs and all the other things, some of the things we've talked about in the past, and once you actually take that action, this isn't like gonna mean, once you take that action, it's not gonna be quick, but by taking action and doing it every day and doing it in effective ways, then that's when you can actually end up achieving whatever it is you want to do. So take action on whatever you want to do. Now, if you're saying to yourself right now, oh, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be some type of profession like that, then stay in the knowledge phase. Stay in that phase, stay learning, stay always learning. Even once you're in this phase, you're still learning because, like I said, things are changing, new things are coming out that you need to learn about, new techniques, new skills, especially now with its like technology being on its boom, and like cryptocurrency that just came out. See, some businessmen may be saying, oh, I don't want to invest in cryptocurrency, but then that's the new thing. That's when all these millionaires are now going back to the knowledge phase, learning about how to invest in cryptocurrency, and then coming back to the action phase. So that's just an example of how you always need to be a student and constantly learning. And then once you're on this phase, just constantly take action and execute, and then hopefully things go well. Thanks so much for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, really appreciate you. Hopefully you've been taking notes and you remember and actually end up utilizing this in whatever you want to do. Be sure to subscribe and leave down in the comment section your thoughts and any ideas and anything that you want to see in the future. My Instagram and Snapchat, Instagram being laced.up.mat and Snapchat being Matthew370Z, where I do other videos similar to this one, but here on YouTube we got a little more in-depth and more strategic per se. Leave a like down below, and I'll see you guys next time.